Calculation of error probability in ASK. Our today's topic is we have to calculate the probability of error for the digital modulation technique ASK, which is also known as amplitude shift keying or on off keying. That is, we have to see what is the bit error rate if we are using the digital modulation technique ASK. For any ASK system, we know that if we have to transmit symbol 1, because we are dealing with digital communication system, so the message signal or the baseband signal will be digital in nature. That means it will be in the form of 0 and 1. So suppose if we have to transmit symbol 1, then for that the equation of ASK is given by x1t is equals to AC cos omega ct. Here AC is the amplitude of the carrier and omega c is the frequency of the carrier which is used to modulate the signal. We are talking about that carrier. And if we have to transmit symbol 0, then for that case we know that the equation of ASK is given by x2 is equals to 0. That is why this type of digital modulation technique is also known as on-off keying, because for symbol 1 we will be getting a signal, but for symbol 0 there will be no pulse. That is why the name is also given as OOK or on-off keying. Now here AC, that is the amplitude of the carrier, can also be represented by root 2 PS, where PS is the normalized signal power, that is the power in the one. If we are using 1 ohm load resistance, then PS is the normalized power across that 1 ohm load resistance. We have already studied the equation for error probability of an optimum filter or a matched filter, and it was given by this equation. P is equals to half error function x0 1t minus x0 2t divided by 2 root 2 sigma. Again, seeing the terms in this equation, P is the error probability in the case of optimum filter. ERFC is the complementary error function. x0 1t and x0 2t are the sampled outputs at the optimum receiver, and sigma, or you can say sigma square, is the variance of the additive white Gaussian noise which was introduced at the channel. We have assumed that when the signal was transmitted from the channel to the receiver after modulation was done, in the channel noise was introduced in the transmitted signal. The nature of this noise is additive white Gaussian noise. That means this noise is additive in nature, that means it will add to the transmitted signal. It is white in nature, which means that the power spectral density or PSD is basically the representation of power content versus frequency. So if we are saying the noise is white, that means the power spectral density of the noise is constant throughout the frequency. That is, for every value of frequency the PSD will be constant, and that constant value is given by n0 by 2, where n0 is a constant. Then additive white Gaussian noise. What do we mean by Gaussian? By Gaussian we mean that the PDF of this noise, if we will plot the PDF, we will get a Gaussian PDF, and we know that the Gaussian PDF is bell shaped, and we get the peak of this bell shaped at its mean value. So things are clear that what each term means in additive white Gaussian noise. So this was the equation which we got for equation 1 for probability of error. Also we know that the signal to noise ratio in the case of optimum filter, it is given by this equation. The signal to noise ratio x0 1t minus x0 2t डिवाइडेड बाय सिग्मा, इसके मैक्सिमम वैल्यू का स्क्वायर हमें लेना है, बिकॉज सिग्नल टू नॉइज़ रेशियो हमेशा मैक्सिमम होना चाहिए. अगर एक अच्छे फ़िल्टर की डिज़ाइनिंग हम कर रहे हैं तो उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है कि उसका SNR रेशियो, दैट मीन्स सिग्नल स्ट्रेंथ डिवाइडेड बाय नॉइज़ स्ट्रेंथ, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए. यानी कि सिग्नल स्ट्रेंथ ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए और नॉइज़ स्ट्रेंथ कम से कम होना चाहिए फॉर एनहांस्ड परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द डिजिटल कम्युनिकेशन सिस्टम. So this SNR is given by minus infinite to infinite integration of mod of xf square divided by SNIF df. This equation for signal to noise ratio we have already derived in the previous lecture. You can see the previous lecture if you want to know how this value has been obtained, the value of equation 1 and equation 2. So if we see equation 2 again, let us be very clear that xf is the Fourier transform of xt. Xt is the input signal to the optimum filter, which can either be x1t or x2t, where x1t corresponds to symbol 0 and x1t corresponds to symbol 1 and x2t corresponds to symbol 0, and xt can take any value, that is either x1t or x2t, because it is a digital communication system. SNIF, it is the power spectral density of input noise, that is the noise which is being input at the receiver. It is the power spectral density for that. Now this equation can be applied to match filter to minimize the probability of error when we consider wide Gaussian noise. That means first we will take out the value of the SNR, and then you can see the value of SNR can be kept in the value of error probability. Simply we have to multiply the denominator by 2 root 2, and we can calculate the probability of error for the case of ASK. Now because we know that the input noise PSD is given by N0 by 2, or we can also represent it as by eta by 2. That is, if we talk N0 is equals to eta, this N0 can also be written as eta. So we will substitute the value of SNIF in equation 2. The equation 2 will become minus integration of minus infinite to infinite modulus xf square N0 by 2 df, or eta by 2 df. Because eta by 2 or N0 by 2 is a constant, we will take it out of the integration, and thus we will get integration of xf square df. Here we will be using Parseval's energy theorem, which is also known as Rayleigh's energy theorem, to convert the frequency domain function into time domain function. What is the Parseval's theorem? It says that integration of modulus of xf square df, where the limits of integration are from minus infinite to infinite, is equals to integration of x square t dt with the limits of integration similar, that is minus infinite to infinite. So you can see in this equation we will be using the value of this equation. That means xf square will be replaced by the time domain function x square t dt. Now let us solve the RHS of this equation, that is 2 by n0 integration of x square t dt. Because we know that each bit exists for a period of TB duration, every bit will exist for a period of TB duration, so we can change the limit of this integration from minus infinite to plus infinite to 0 to TB. दैट मीन्स माइनस इनफाइनाइट से इनफाइनाइट की जो लिमिट थी अब वो चेंज करके 0 से TB की जा सकती है, क्योंकि हमारी हर बिट एग्जिस्ट कर रही है फॉर अ ड्यूरेशन ऑफ TB सेकेंड्स. So you can see here that we have changed the limits of integration in this equation, and the equation becomes 2 by n0 integration of x square t dt, where the limits are now from 0 to TB, and it is clear why we have changed the limit here to 0 to TB. Now we know that xt can either take the value of x1t and x2t, so we can represent xt by x1t minus x2t. So here you can see we have substituted the value for xt, that is x1t minus x2t, and because there is x square t, we will take the square of this value. Now for ASK we have already seen that x2t is 0 and x1t is what? AC cos omega ct. That means if we talk about xt will be AC cos omega ct minus 0, that is simply AC cos omega ct. So here in the final equation you can see for x1t minus x2t, because x2t is 0, we get the equation 2 by eta integration of x1 square t dt. Now we have to substitute the value of x1t, and we know that the value of x1t, it corresponds when the bit or when the symbol 1 is transmitted and the value is given by AC cos omega ct. We have already seen. So here we have kept this value and have taken the square of this value. This will be equals to AC square cos square omega ct. Now because AC is the amplitude of the carrier which will be constant, so we can take it out of the integration sign. So we have taken it out of the integration sign. Here you can see AC square, and we have opened the we have opened cos square omega ct by the formula of cos 2 theta. We know that cos 2 theta is equals to 2 cos square theta minus 1. So cos square theta will be is equals to 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. The same concept has been used here, that is 1 plus cos 2 omega ct divided by 2. Now we will do the integration separately for each term, that is integration of one we will do separately, and then integration of cos 2 omega ct we will do separately, and the 2 which is in denominator has been taken out of the integration sign, being the constant. So here we will get this equation. Integration of 1 dt will be is equals to t, we know that, and we will put the limits from 0 to tb. We will get the first term here, c tb, and we know that the integration of cos 2 omega ct is sin 2 omega ct divided by 2 omega c. So here we have got sin 2 omega ct divided by 2 omega c. You can see that omega c has also been changed to 2 pi fc, because the value of omega c is 2 pi fc. We have substituted this value. That is why here we are getting the second term in terms of fc. You can see that the second term is sin 4 pi fc tb upon 4 pi fc. Now we have to solve this equation 3. So let us see that in this waveform you can see that for 1 bit period tb we are getting 2 cycles of carrier. That means if we are transmitting symbol 1 and the bit period for that symbol 1 is tb, then in that tb seconds we are getting 2 cycles of the carrier waves. Check the waveform, we are getting 2 cycles. So we can write tb is equals to tc plus tc. Why? tb is the bit period, tc is the time period for the carrier. So tc can also be written in terms of frequency fc. We know that time period is equals to 1 by frequency. So instead of writing tb is equals to tc plus tc, we will be writing tb is equals to 1 by fc plus 1 by fc, that is equals to 2 by fc. So this equation will finally come fc tb is equals to 2. Similarly, suppose for if 1 bit period we are taking 3 cycles of carrier, मतलब एक बिट पीरियड में कैरियर की 3 साइकिल ली जा रही है, तो एफ सी टी बी की वैल्यू उस केस में आपको क्या मिल जाएगी, एफ सी टी बी इज इक्वल्स टू 3. इसी तरह मान लीजिए एक बिट पीरियड में 4 नंबर ऑफ साइकिल्स कैरियर की मिल रही हैं, तो इट विल बी एफ सी टी बी इज इक्वल्स टू 4. तो इन जनरल वी कैन से कि अगर हमारे एक बिट पीरियड में कैरियर की के नंबर ऑफ साइकिल्स मिल रही हैं, वेयर के कैन टेक एनी वैल्यू 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on. So in that case the value of FCTB will be what? For k number of cycle it will be equals to FCTB is equals to k. Now see this equation 3. In this equation if we are substituting the value of FCTB is equals to k, what we will get? Sin 4 pi k divided by 4 pi FC. Now the value of sin 4 pi k will be always 0 whatever is the value of k, that is 1 2 3 4, whatever is the value of k, the value of sin 4 pi will be always 0. That means here the second term, this term will be is equals to 0. So the second term will be eliminated from this equation 3, and how it is eliminated we have seen here. So here you can see the final equation which we got. We have kept the value of sine 4 pi k is equals to 0 in equation 3, and finally we got this equation. This equation is the value of SNR which we obtained. SNR is x naught 1t minus x naught 2t divided by sigma maximum value का square, that will be equals to 2 PSTB by n naught. Now because this value is square, we have to remove the square, that means the RHS will come under square root. So we will get the value under root 2 PSTB by n naught. Now see, this value which we have obtained will be kept in the formula of error probability, that was the equation 1, and error probability is given by half error function x naught 1t minus x naught 2t divided by 2 root 2 sigma. So here just use this whole equation and divide it by 2 root 2 to get the error probability. सो फाइनल इक्वेशन 2 रूट 2 को जब हम स्क्वायर रूट के अंदर भेजेंगे तो 8 हो जाएगा. न्यूमरेटर में 2, डिनोमिनेटर में 8, हमारे पास बचेगा डिनोमिनेटर में 4. तो हमारी एरर प्रोबेबिलिटी निकल के आ जाएगी. यहाँ पर देखिए लास्ट इन ब्लॉक हाफ एरर फंक्शन रूट PSTB बाय 4n0. PSTB हमारा बिट एनर्जी E है. जो बिट एनर्जी की अगर बात की जाए EB की या E की, तो उसकी वैल्यू होती है PSTB. तो अगर इस इक्वेशन में PSTB की जगह हम E सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं तो वी विल गेट दिस इक्वेशन, हाफ एरर फंक्शन रूट E बाय 4n0. We can also express this equation in terms of Gaussian error function, but before coming to Gaussian error function, let us understand what is ERFC. ERFC is a complementary error function, or you can say this is a monotonically decreasing function. What do we mean by monotonically decreasing function? Monotone means a single tone. That means if either increasing, अगर इंक्रीज कर रहा है तो इंक्रीज करे, और अगर डिक्रीज कर रहा है तो डिक्रीज करे. इंक्रीज डिक्रीज टाइप वाला उसमें फिर कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं यूज होगा. तो मोनोटोनिकली तो बात क्लियर हो गया कि एक सिंगल टोन होगी. फिर उसके आगे बोल रहा है मोनोटोनिकली डिक्रीजिंग फंक्शन. डिक्रीजिंग मतलब कि ये फंक्शन घटेगा ही. तो कहने का मतलब यहाँ पर ये हुआ कि जैसे जैसे E/4n0 इस रेशियो की वैल्यू बढ़ेगी, एरर फंक्शन की वैल्यू हमारी क्या होगी, घटेगी. और एरर फंक्शन की वैल्यू घटेगी तो एरर प्रोबेबिलिटी भी हमारी घटेगी. सो वी कैन सी दैट how the probability of error was calculated. Now in terms of Gaussian error function Q, the relation between ERFCX and Gaussian error function is given by ERFCX is equals to 2QX root 2. So probability of error will be half 2Q under root E by 4n0 into 2. Simply multiply it by root 2. So the final equation will be Q root E by 2n0. So this is the probability of error for matched filter when the digital modulation scheme used was ASK or amplitude shift keying. We have calculated the error probability in terms of error function as well as error function, that is ERFC, and as well as Gaussian error function Q.